Hi, my name's Jason Williams, and in this video I'm gonna continue on the maintenance on this old HZJ80, and I've got to the point now where I need to do a health check on the engine. So I'm going to do a compression test, and we're going to see, I'll show you the procedures on how to do that. This is the gauge, the little kit that I've got, and I'm just going to give it a compression test. It's a health check of the engine, see whether I can go further and whereabouts I can go further. And so I'll explain that to you as I go, and I'll begin. Alright, so the first thing on doing this compression test, I've got to unplug the stop solenoid for the fuel pump, and then come on, yeah. Oops. No, alright, I'll play around with that, and this is the plug I'm going to undo, and that switches off the fuel to the injector pump. So then I'll test start the engine, make sure it doesn't fire, which can't run, and then I'll go ahead and remove the glow plugs. Alright, with that done, now to check that that's worked. Sounds like it. Yep. Sweet. Alright, next step is going to be removing just this bit of intake pipe to make it easy access, and then I'll begin removing the injector rails. Glow plug rail. Alright, taking this off. Take my boost gauge pipe off. Alright, so undoing these, just keeping everything together. They're pretty basic, and with a little 12mm. Oh, sorry, that's 10mm. Alright, so undoing these, a little 10mm. This is a glow plug rail. Don't knock stuff over, Jace. Wow. Oh, so I don't have to undo that all the way. I didn't even realise that. Just back them off a bit, and by the looks, the whole thing slides out. Just like that. Sweet. So we'll put that aside. I'll put it on the bench in a sec. And what I've got to make sure is that the glow plug power delivery line is off and protected. So I'll get something to cover that up. Got a bit of insulation tape. Since me and tape are never friends, I've got a end off a chisel, and I might plug that on the end of it. Hopefully That should do the trick. Yeah, and then because we've tested it, it's definitely off. I'll grab a 14mm spanner open ender, which I've got over there, and this is just as safety. I will crack the injector lines, and that way, if it does accidentally try to inject fuel, damn, it won't reach the injector. I need a long one. And this one, just going to crack them all a little bit. It's a bit of a worry.
I thought that one was loose.
No. So I'm going to knock things flying. Why are they so tight?
They're normal this time?
No.
Who did it last?
It would have been me. And this is just for safety, so you don't get an accidental fire in the combustion chamber while doing this compression. And then that goes fine.
The angle.
All right. Have that plastic container back. All right, so we are hoping this works and comes out quite easily. Oh, whoa. I might as well just crack them all loose then to start with. Yeah, wow. That's amazing. Oh, well, that's got to be the easiest to undo glow plugs I've ever done. I did replace these glow plugs probably 60,000 Ks ago or something like that, so obviously still partly loose. Which is great. Alright. Now if we take that away, we're going to want another blue tub. Alright, so with these coming out, I'm going to pay attention to what the ends of them look like.
Ooh.
That's pretty good. I don't need to number them, which ones they are, because they're not specific. Well, they're not specific yet. As I pull them out, I might find one like quite oily residue on it, like that. See how that's wet? That means we have an injector that's got like blocked or damaged, or not damaged, but worn end cones, or collars and whatnot. And that will be no doubt my next job, because I know the injectors need to be done. I haven't done them for close to 300,000 Ks, which is way too many. But this being an old 1HZ, it's it's very reliable. Yes, that one's clean. So I know number 2 is injector is running, not spraying properly. I'll explain that in another video when I do them. Okay, number 2 and number 4. Quite a basic, easy job to sort. Well, not easy job, but it's a little bit of work, but you get there. Number 5 is good, and how's number 6? I can do it by hand. Cool. All right. Yep, number 6 is good. So what do we have? Number 2 and 4. I can evidently see him with a bit of fuel. Oh, even number 6 maybe. Either way, that's the glow plugs out. Now we've got to attach the compression tester. And I'll do one cylinder. I won't video all of them, but I'll just video the first one. Alright, so we put the, we found the right attachment. I'll screw it in till it's tight. And make sure, oh, wasn't even all the way. And that's firm in there, or tight. And then we grab the compression tester. And that clips on there like so. And what I'm going to do is so you can see the gauge on there.
Yep.
And what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank the engine over for 7 turns, and you're going to watch the gauge come. I mean, I should be able to from here, but I've got to push on the throttle. Yep. You ready?
Ready.
All right. Did that
It just moved.
but you saw the gauge?
Yeah,
you could see it? Yep. And how quick did each pump come up? Like, did the first pump, did it push up really quick?
Yeah.
Cool. All right. I mean, I'll check it on the video, but so we've got in PSI, we have 510. Yep. The way I'm seeing that is I'm seeing 510. That's really good so far. So what I'm going to do is I'll release the air from there and rinse and repeat that on every cylinder, knowing I have to write that in a book, and when I've finished doing it, I will reassemble it all, make sure it's all together, then I'll draw up a compression study. And so that was 510. Hold on. 510, 500, and 2, 4, 6, 8. All right, so I'm going to call that 505 PSI, that one. That's a really good result so far. So I'm going to go ahead, do all these, and then I'll show you what's happening as we get to the end. Alright, so now I've put it all back together, 100% back together, and now I'm going to give it a start, make sure it runs. Let the glow do its thing. Alright, so that's running beautifully. I'll check that there's no leaking injectors. All looks good so far. I'll give it a clean and check it again, but I'm going to stop. I've done with the engine. Now I'm going to show you how to do a compression study on a whiteboard and show you what all the coefficients are and what everything means. Alright, so this is the compression study of the 1HZ engine. So up this axis we have your PSI for that's your maximum, 526 PSI, that's midway, 455, and that's low end, that's rebuild your engine, 384 PSI. And so here we have cylinder 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6, and at the bottom of this we have what PSI we got out of it, 505, 505, 480, 445, 460, 440. And these are the difference between the pressures. So you got 0 there, 25 psi different there, 35 there, 15 there, and 20 there. Alright, and these are the representation, red circles, of where the compression landed on the chart. It's not, it's very exaggerated, so it might look large, but that's fairly acceptable. If the engine was halfway through its life, it was like, yep, I'm starting to get worn, we would have seen all of them around this area. If it's worn out, they're going to be down this area. And you're going to see more than 20 psi or 35 psi between each cylinders. I mean, yes, 35, like that's starting to get a little bit high. I'd think, if I saw 40 psi, if I saw 50 psi there, I'd say between cylinders next to each other, I'd be saying, yeah, we got an issue. But that's okay. It's a worn engine, done 600 plus, 600,000 Ks plus, so that's acceptable. So with this compression study, I can physically see that the engine is not amazing, but it's not worn out. It's not done. It's got quite a lot of years left, and I mean, it doesn't burn oil, doesn't blow blue smoke, so that's quite obvious. So in retrospect, that is a perfect result to an extent. For a car that's done 600,000, yeah, that's perfect. So I'm very happy with that result. Time to wrap this up. Thank you very much for watching this video. It was something I've been meaning to do for a long time, to do a compression test on this, so I know exactly the health of the engine and to what I can do next. So my next jobs will be fairly straightforward and pretty basic. And so if you wonder why I'm smiling so much, because my wife's holding the camera and she's being really dumb. Alright, and thank you very much for watching this. I'll aspire to see you in the next one, and yeah, I'll continue on the maintenance on this video. Cheers, thank you.